here.
No.
I thought you were here to see me. Turns out it's him. Hi. This is what we're competing against, this $50 bill. Hi. This next comic, come to the stage. Please welcome Robert B. Morton, life coach.
Where's the camera?
Hey everybody, I'm Robert B. Moran, life coach. That actually is my day job. I've written one book. I'm writing my second book now, and I'm flat broke. But there are some advantages to being broke, I gotta tell you. One is it helps me to relate to the comics in my life, also college graduates, and anybody who's ever invested in Bitcoin. You? Yeah, me too. Yeah, that's what I get from taking advice from Wall Street Bets on Reddit. So part of being a life coach, I also go to therapy, and my therapist said that that my narcissism causes me to misread social cues, but I think she was just hitting on me. So part of being a life coach is basically telling people that what they think is true isn't true. So one of the sayings you might have heard, when life hands you a lemon, pretend it's something else, and that's what I like to do. So in some quarters, they might call that creative visualization or the law of attraction. Any law of attraction people are manifesting. In other circles, they call it a psychotic break. So what I used to do is I used to work at Lowe's in New Jersey. I'm from New Jersey. New Jersey people here?
Yeah! Woo-hoo!
What exit?
What exit?
Exit 10.
130.
That's where I'm from, Middlesex County. But anyway, so in New Jersey, I worked at Lowe's, and being a worker at Lowe's, it's a little bit better than being unemployed. Can we agree that the only thing worse than being unemployed is having a job that you hate? Yeah. So that was my case at Lowe's. I hated it because the depressed people would come in. Sure enough, Bob, can you take them to aisle 14? Take them to aisle 14 where the rope was. And they would just be, sort of complaining, oh, my pet just died. I've had a breakup. I've got this disease, blah, blah, blah. And I would take them over there, and finally, when I saw they were at their low point, at the lowest point they could be, that's when I decided to share the good news with them. And I told them, you can open a Lowe's credit card today, and you can charge everything that you're going to buy. So one of the things about being a life coach is, like I said, it's seeing things as they could be instead of how they are. So Thanksgiving, a couple years ago, I became a vegan. Surprising, right? You would think. But it didn't work. So anyway, so as a vegan, one of the things, anybody know what the hardest thing about being a vegan is? It's not bragging about it. It's really hard. Because, gosh, I think vegans, you guys have a real attitude. So, hey, Buffalo Bob, you want some good barbecue? Oh, no thanks, I'm a vegan. Animals are friends, not food. Animals are friends, not food? What are you, a Finding Nemo groupie? Remember that with the shark? Friends? That's a little older crowd. So I'm 61. Anybody got a dad or a granddad that's in their 60s? Anybody? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, them and me, we've seen a lot of changes in our life. I mean, back in the day, we saw when color TV came in. You might not know this, but TV used to be just black and white. We saw cell phones come in. That was a big deal. But probably the biggest one was fire. Fire was such a big deal when that came in. I mean, you could see it at night. You could heat things up. You could cook with it. It was a really game changer. And anybody heard about the story about the burning bush? There was fire, but it didn't burn the bush. And I think I figured that out from a technology standpoint. So one of the things that I think happened was that real fire would burn the bush. But this was the free version. This was like Fire 1.0. And if you want the good stuff, you gotta subscribe. But Moses didn't want to subscribe. He didn't want to give his credit card information out. Not because he was an Israelite, but because he didn't have credit cards back then. So the other thing with being a life coach is a lot of times I'm dealing with different health problems and weight and things like that. So I put on a little weight since I came from New Jersey up here. And about 70 pounds of baby weight. And I call it baby weight because when I get upset, I act like a baby. I go to the refrigerator and I eat like my life depends on it. But I'm starting to work out. My routine is basically for strength training. I like to carry the weight of the world on my shoulders. For aerobics, I jump to conclusions. And for endurance, I run from my problems. That's actually more like a marathon these days. It's rough. So the vegan thing when I became a vegan, it was actually the day after Thanksgiving. Not the best time for me or the turkey. But I was a regular New Jersey guy, and I said, you know what, my family's all over the place. I got 5 kids, 3 boys and 2 girls. They're older now, they're in Virginia, different places. And for any poker fans, 3 boys and 2 girls makes a full house. So one of the things was, I said, gee, you know, I don't want to be alone. I'm going to have one of these Friendsgivings. So I just imagined a Friendsgiving with all my friends around me celebrating on Thanksgiving. So I'm 61, I'm divorced. There I was with all my friends. I was alone. I realized I should have imagined having friends before I imagined the party with them, but I learned. So anyway, so they come over, so it's a holiday, so we do what we do in New Jersey. We watch the holiday classics, so I binge watched The Sopranos. And then I watched a specialty show about how everything is connected. And I don't want to eat animals anymore. But I had the bird in the fridge. And I was conflicted. I didn't want to just put them in the dumpster, the whole Soprano thing. I didn't want to just throw them in the dumpster. So I did what any New Jersey guy would do. I took them out to the woods behind my house and I buried them in a shallow grave. Okay, Robert B. Moran, life coach. Thank you, everybody.